Hi, this is Munson with Munson Music, and we're going to talk about how you could strum through Rocket Man by Elton John. And we're going to end up capoing this on 3rd fret. We're going to start on an E minor chord. And when you play E minor, first finger goes to the A string on the 2nd fret, second finger on the D string on the 2nd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds like E minor chord, and it sounds really, really sad. Now, another possibility for the E minor, though, if you're kind of digging on this, is you can substitute in something called E minor 7, where you take the E minor shape and then add the 3rd finger in on the B string 3rd fret, pinky on the high E string 3rd fret. And that's called E minor 7, and it sounds really, really sad. And then from the E minor 7, we're going to an A major chord. When we play A major, first finger goes to the D on the 2nd fret, second finger goes to the G on the 2nd fret, and 3rd finger on the B string on the 2nd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an A major chord. That sounds really, really happy. It's a big party on the 2nd fret. Everybody's on the 2nd fret. Now, another possibility for that chord would be something called A7 sus. If you kind of dig on this, you can do first finger on the D string 2nd, second finger on the G string 2nd, 3rd finger on the B string 3rd, and the pinky on the high E string 3rd. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, then that sounds an A7 sus. And on our verse, we're actually just kind of alternating between the E minor, A major. But a lot of times with a song like this, though, to make it more interesting, I like adding something called a strum pattern. And one of my favorite strum patterns for a 4/4 like this is down, down, up, up, down, up. We'll talk about another one in a moment. But if you took the E minor and just tried that a lot, you'd have down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. So we try that through our verse. We have E minor, down, up, down, A, down, down, up. So it'd be really slow. Down, E minor, down, up, down, up, A, down, down, up, down, up. Now, another strum pattern that would really work really well with this tune, though, is something called the 16th note strum pattern. And what I mean by that is if you're tapping your foot to the beat, right now we're kind of dividing that into 2 parts with our down, down, up, down. 1, 2, 1, 2, and that's called an 8th note. What a 16th note is where you divide that foot tap into 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And one of my favorite 16th note strum patterns is long down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up. And what I mean by that is we take the E minor, do it down for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what you're doing on the first beat. Then on the second beat, you're doing a down on 1, down on 3, up on 4. So you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, down, down, up, down, down, up. Then on the third beat, you're doing an up on 2, down on 3. So you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, up, down, 1, up, down, 1, up, down. And on the last beat, you're going down, up, right along with the 1, 2, 3, 4. So down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So all together, you got down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, 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 up. So we tried that through our verse. We have E minor, down, down, up, down, 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 play down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, down, play down, 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 down. And then from there, we'll be going into our pre-chorus part. And our pre-chorus starts on a C major chord. When we play C major, first finger goes to the B on the 1st fret, second finger goes to the D on the 2nd fret, and 3rd finger on the A string on the 3rd fret. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, that sounds a C major chord. It sounds really, really happy. Now on the next change, though, we'll talk about some stuff with bass notes in a moment, but it kind of goes to a G major chord. When we play G major, first finger goes to the A on the 2nd fret, second finger on the low E string on the 3rd fret, and 3rd finger on the high E string on the 3rd fret. If you strum all those together, that sounds a G major chord. It sounds really, really happy. Now, just to backtrack for a moment, though, on the C major, you may want to think about using something called a C major 9. When you play C major 9, first finger goes to the D on the 2nd fret, second finger on the A string on the 3rd fret, 3rd finger on the B string on the 3rd fret, and the pinky on the high E string on the 3rd fret. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, that sounds a C major 9. So you can use that in place of your C. And what that does is it makes it a little bit easier to go to a different G, where you do first finger on the A string 2nd fret, second finger on the low E string 3rd fret, and you leave the 3rd finger on the B string 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd. So that might make it a little bit easier to kind of make that change to the G. It's kind of a C major 9 to G. And then we go to an A minor chord. When we play A minor, first finger goes to the B string on the 1st fret, second finger goes to the D string on the second fret, and third finger goes to the G string on the second fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds like A minor, and it sounds really, really sad. Now on the A minor, you could also use the A7 sus, but then there's a change to something called A minor slash G, which means you've got an A minor chord with a G in the bass. So you take the A minor chord that we're on and get your pinky to kind of go to the low E string on the third fret. That would be something called an A minor slash G. So now you're getting the third fret on the low E string to kind of come out of that chord. And then from the A minor slash G, and randomly, if you don't want to do the A minor slash G, you could just follow and play a G chord, and you'd actually kind of end up with the same bass note. But then from there we go to a D major chord. And when you play D major, a couple ways you might want to think about for this too. You do your first finger on the G string second fret, second finger on the high E string second fret, third finger on the B string on the third fret, and if you strum the D string to the high E string, then that sounds a D major. Now on that D, sometimes in the bass comes something called an F sharp note, and so you could play something called D slash F sharp, where you'd have a D but with an F sharp in the bass as the lowest note. One way to play that chord is to do first finger on the low E string second fret, second finger on the G string second fret, third finger on the high E string second fret, and the pinky on the B string on the third fret. If you strum all those together, that sounds a D slash F sharp. Another way to play that chord is to do the D major we were talking about and do your thumb over the low E string on the second fret. That's kind of a bluesy way to do that chord. Another possibility would be to do something called a D sus slash F sharp, where you do first finger on the low E string second, second finger on the G string second, third finger on the B string third, pinky on the high E third. So it looks a lot like those voicings for the C major 9 and the G that we were talking about. So you may want to kind of think about using that too for that D chord at the end. Now the weird part about doing down, down, up through that part is the C and the G and the A minor and the A minor slash G all have the strum pattern. So you just do a down, down, up on all of them and then save the whole strum pattern for the D's at the end. So we tried our pre-chords with our strum pattern. We'd have C with a down, down, up, G, down, down, up, A minor, down, down, A minor slash G, down, up, D, down, down, up, down, up, D, down, down, up, down, up. Now if you're digging on the 16th though, one way to kind of half those chords is to do a down and then a down, down, up through all those chords. So A minor, down, 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 A minor slash G, down, down, D, down, and then save your strum pattern for the last D's. So we tried it that way. We'd have C with a down, 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 G, down, 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 A minor, down, 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 A minor slash G, down, down, D, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, D, down, 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 up, down, down, down. And then from there, then we'd be going into our chorus part. And our chorus starts on G major, and then we go to C major, and then we go to a G major, but then we kind of do a C major, and there's this wall down to something called a G slash B, which is where you take your G chord, and you can actually use this for the pre-chorus too, and you use just the A string to the high string to kind of bring out the second fret on the A string. And then we go to an A major chord at the end, and then there's kind of this tag on the chorus where we go back to C and back to G and back to C. So we tried our chorus with our down, down, up, down, up. We'd have G, down, up, down, C, down, down, up, down, G, down, down, up, down, C, down, down, G, down, down, A, down, down, up, down, C, down, down, up, down, G, down, down, up, down, C, down, down, up, down. Super slow through that there. And then if we tried our 16th through that, we'd have one place where we do the C and the G with kind of the halving thing where we're doing the down, 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 up. So we have G, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, C, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, C, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, C, down, 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 up, C, down, 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 up, A, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, C, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, G, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, C, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down. We'll be repeating that. Now the weird part is to play along with Elton John, instead of starting on an E minor, he's actually starting on a G minor chord. So to play along with the recording, what you want to do is take a capo, and if you put the capo on 3rd fret, now your E minor is really a G minor chord, your A major is really a C major chord, the C major is really an E flat chord, your G major is really a B flat major, A minor is really a C minor, A minor slash G is really a slash B flat. And then the D major is really an F. And if you add the low E string on that would be an F slash. From the very, very beginning, we could try just our down, down, up, down, up. When we have E minor, down, up, down, up, A, down, down, up, down, E minor, down, down, up, down, A, down, down, up, down, up. Or we could use our 16th pattern and have E minor down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, A, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, E minor down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, A, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up. And then we'd be going into our pre-chorus. So we tried that with our down, down, up, down, up. We'd have C, down, up, G, down, down, A minor, down, down, A minor slash G, down, up, D, down, down, up, down, D, down, down, up, down, up. Or if we tried our 16th pattern, we'd have C, down, down, G, down, 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 A minor, down, 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 A minor slash G, down, down, D, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, D, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up. And then from there, then we'd be going back into our verse. Now, one other thing I would think about adding to the song, though, is bass notes. And a lot of times on that first down, of the down, down, up, down, up, you can throw in a bass for the chord, and then kind of do your down, up, down, up. So on E minor, you got a low E bass, down, up, down, up, low E bass, down, up, down. And on the A major, you have the A string for your bass. A bass, down, up, down. On the C chord, you'd have the A string for your bass. And then for the G chord, you may want to try the low E string for the bass. That's normally what you would play for kind of the root of the chord. That G slash B would use the A string on the second fret for your bass. If you kind of dig in all those half-ends things. And then on the A minor, you have the A string for your bass. A bass, down, up, down. Then A minor slash G, you have the low E string for your bass. Down, up, down. And on the D chord, you have the D string for your bass. But if you're digging on the D slash F sharp, you have the low E bass. Down, up, down, up. So we tried that next verse with a bass, down, up, down, up. We have E minor, the bass. Down, up, down, A with an A bass, down, down, E minor, low E bass, down, down, A with an A bass, down, down, or if you dig it on the 16th pattern, you have E minor, low E bass, down, down, up, down, down, A with an A bass, down, 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 E minor, low E bass, down, 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 A with an A bass, down, 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 and then from there we'd be going into our pre-chorus. And if you're digging on the bass notes, you could do kind of a bass down up on the C, bass down up on the G slash B, bass down up on the A minor slash G with low E bass, and then the D slash F sharp with low E bass at the end through that pre-chorus. So if we tried it that way, we'd have C with an A bass, down up G slash B with an A bass, down up A minor with an A bass, down up A minor slash G, down up D slash F sharp with low E bass, and then maybe even a regular D. Could be a cool thing. Now if we tried it with our 16th pattern, then we'd have C with an A bass. So then if we tried that with our 16th pattern, we'd have C with an A bass, down, G slash B with an A bass, down, A minor with an A bass, down, A minor slash G with low E bass, down, D slash F sharp, down, down, to the D bass, down, up, down, up. And then from there we'd be going into our chorus. So we could do our chorus with just our down, up, down, up. And we'd have C or G down, up, down, C down, up, down, G down, up, down, C down, G down, up, A down, up, down, C down, up, down, G down, up, down, C down, up. Or we could try that with our 16th pattern. We have G down, up, down, up, down, C down, up, down, G down, up, down, C down, G down, up, A down, up, down, C down, up, down, G down, up, down, C down, up. Or if we tried our bass down, up, we'd have G down, up, down, C with an A bass, down, up, down, G bass, down, up, down, up. Or if we try to add basses in with our 16th, we'd have G with the bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, C with an A bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, G with an A bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, C with an A bass, down, down, G slash B with an A bass, down, down, B with an A bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, C with an A bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, G with an A bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, C with an A bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. And then from there, then we'd be going back to our verse. So we have the E minor. And adding in more basses can be a cool thing. E minor. And then from there, then we'd be going back into our pre-chorus. So we have C, G slash B, A minor slash G, D slash F sharp. Back into our verse part, so back to E minor, A with an A bass, E minor, A. And then from there, then we'd be going back to our pre-chorus, back to C, G slash B, A minor slash G, D. Going back into our chorus parts, so we have the G, C, G with low E bass, then we got C with an A bass, G slash B with an A bass, A with an A bass, C with an A bass, G with low E bass, C with an A bass, and we'll be repeating that. Into our outro, which is kind of a G C vamp. So you can even do that with kind of your down, down, up, down, up, C, down, down, up, down. We can add basses to that. Down, bass, down, up, down, up. Or we can do our 16th pattern, G, down, down, C. We can add basses to that. And then we'd have a big G at the very end. Unless you want to just fade out, but I think that's a better idea to try and get people to clap. But that's the basics of how you can strum along with Rocket Man by Elton John. So good luck!